why are we keeping Pinterest marketing in our plan for 2024? That's what we're going to tell you all about today. I am Kate All. I'm the owner of Simple Pin Media. We're a Pinterest marketing agency. My goal is to help you get more awesome at Pinterest so your business can grow using Pinterest. In 2024, you have a lot of options for what social media tools or what SEO tools you're going to use to drive people to your website. Because we know that the website is your place that's usually a point of sale, ways to get people on your email list, or just to get to know who you are. So there's so many options. I mean, you have TikTok, you have Facebook, you have SEO, you have YouTube, you have Pinterest. I'm sure I'm leaving off like 12 others, but needless to say, you have a lot of options. And there's one thing I've learned over the last couple of years is that when you choose all the options, you are spread really, really thin because every single platform requires something different of you. There's an algorithm that goes along. There's changes that go along with it. There's updates. And for you to master all of those is exhausting. So my suggestion to you is pick your top 3. Even if you might want to dabble in maybe 4 or 5, you want to pick your top 3 so you know these are the ones we're focusing on. For Simple Pin Media, our top 3 right now are Pinterest, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, I'm leaving out email and SEO because I feel like those aren't social media. Those are totally different. So we're going to set those aside. So if our top 3 at Simple Pin Media is Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, then we want to make sure that we have some consistency where we can do some cross promotion across the platforms. I don't want to get too much today into how you can be consistent with your content when you're trying to create for multiple platforms, but I want to talk about why we're keeping Pinterest in that top 3. So I started Pinterest marketing in 2014. It was my very first platform that I used. Then I went to Facebook, then we went to Instagram, then we went to YouTube. Throughout the last 10 years, Pinterest has been our number 1 traffic driver. Sure, there's been a lot of variations over the years, but for the most part, Pinterest has been at the top of the list every single time when it comes to traffic driving. So as I go into 2024, we're looking at these numbers and we're still seeing the same thing. So if we're still seeing the same thing, then we're still going to make the choice to make Pinterest one of our top priorities. Okay, so how can you decide whether or not Pinterest should be in your marketing plan for 2024? I want you to consider these 3 things. Number 1, Pinterest is not social media. It is search and discovery. So right away, it sets it out as an outlier. It kind of puts it in the bucket more with YouTube as opposed to Instagram. So if you think of which one's going to drive the most traffic for you, Instagram doesn't really drive a lot of traffic. In fact, we can take an hour to make a reel and probably get like 3 clicks to our website, 10 minutes to create a Pinterest pin or even a video pin, and it's going to drive way more clicks, probably triple. And so for that reason, we look at it as, okay, this is search and discovery. We know actually we might be getting engagement from people who don't know who we are. That's another distinguisher, is that Pinterest is cold, Instagram is warm. So immediately we have 2 different types of platforms, which sets us at an advantage. We're not doing warm or cold. We're having both. Reason number 2 to keep Pinterest in your marketing plan is long form content does really well. I have heard this all over podcasts, newsletters, that long form content is making its way back in. We saw a huge rise in 2020 of this short form, less than 60-second content. TikTok grew, we saw Reels take off, and now people are craving longer content, things that they can watch, that they can get into, that they can learn from. And Pinterest really lends itself well to that because the Pinterest user goes onto Pinterest and they almost are in this like Zen-like mode where they're not interested in talking to anybody, they don't want anybody commenting on things, and they're ready to learn. So let's take the example of a Pinterest user that goes to look at how to design for their living room. They're prepared to spend at least an hour on the platform, plus read a lot of articles. Essentially, they're in fact-finding mode. People can't fact find in 60 seconds or less. Believe me, I tried to watch a fire pit tutorial on a 60-second reel, and I tell you, I watched it 3 times and I'm like, what are we doing? This is going to take me 3 days to do, and I'm trying to absorb it in a 60-second reel. It's not going to happen. I went straight to Pinterest and I looked for the long form blog post that tells me everything I need to know about the supplies, the method, the tips and tricks. And so Pinterest is very much catering to long form content. So if you are looking to create long form content in 2024, Pinterest is definitely something you should keep in your marketing plan. Reason number 3 is that Pinterest, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. So let's say you pin a pin today and somebody clicks on it in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 4 years. There's always a potential to surface your content with new or existing pinners, which is great because you just never know who's going to search and find your content and come buy your products. It's magical. So I don't want to miss any opportunity to potentially get a cold user off of all the existing long form content that I have that can circulate on the platform for months and years to come. That is like magic, and you're not paying for it. It's not paid ads, it's organic. So absolutely, if you want the hard work that you're putting in today to pay off in the future, Pinterest should absolutely be a part of your marketing plan in 24. All right, so now I gave you the 3 reasons as to why I'm choosing to keep Pinterest in my marketing plan in 2024. Here's just a few tips I have for you if right now you're thinking, I just don't know. I feel really overwhelmed. There's so many options to choose from. I would think about where your business is planning to go in the next 2 years and what you feel would be the best platform to help you get there. What are the platforms that you have as options out there that are going to be the most effective for you? Write them down. Write down what your goals are. Think about what you're going to be creating when it comes to long form content. And then, like I said in the beginning, choose your top 3. Don't spread yourself too thin. So if Pinterest is on that list, figure out a way to get really good at keywords, get really good at images, and get really good at consistency. And I have a great tool for you. We created something that will make this super easy for you. It's called our Simple Pin Chronicle. It's a 12-month PDF. And in every PDF, it has keywords for the month. It has resources that you can look into. And here's the best part. It has 5 new Pinterest templates per month, which means when you buy the Simple Pin Chronicle, you get 60 templates and over 100 keywords that you could use to really get creative with your content. So click the link below in the description to buy this from our shop. It is a quick download. You can grab it right away and you can get started on it so that you can remove that barrier. The other thing that I will tell you, and I think is so important, is don't just set your sights on 3 months. You're not going to get started at the beginning. You're not going to be a New Year's resolution person. You're not going to get started strong, fizzle out, and by February, you're done. Nope. You are going to commit to Pinterest for 1 whole year. And during that year, you're going to track trends. You're going to try different things. You're going to be okay with failing. But ultimately, everything that you've pinned to Pinterest over this year is now going to be working for you. So if you want more Pinterest tips and tricks to carry you through 2024, make sure you like and subscribe this video and you click on the link below in the description for our Wednesday newsletter. This is the place where I give you all the tips and tricks and I keep you up to date. Think of it as the engine that's going to keep you moving throughout the year so that you don't lose momentum. Alrighty, let's crush it with Pinterest in 2024.